Hello there viewers, Sun Service here, back with more Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts as the Portuguese. Now, we have quite a bit of work to do. Mostly with finishing refits to ships that have begun the refits, like we got Triton in the refits now, we got 3 months left on the Marillions, we have 14 months for Enterprise. Yeah, I went on a couple turns to get some of the refits done off camera, so we're in October of 44 right now. Well, now November of 44 because I've just moved on a turn. Oh no, they paid us off! Damn it! I wanted that. For once, I wanted that Wars just so that we could remove the player, because we just need to take Arabia and Yemen and they're done for. Turn for the Mark IV 19s. So yeah, 2 and 3 more turns respectively for those ships, and then we have this one and the both of these two to refit as well. Design the refits for as well. I also want new destroyers, but I can't. Well, I want a lot of ships. Like, I want a new heavy cruiser again. Like, maybe as like a improvement to the Alvarez class here with their 7.7s. I want new destroyers, like I mentioned last episode. I want to make a essentially evolution to the fleet boats. I want new light cruisers because these light cruisers have actually turned out to be less than ideal in service conditions. I got refits like to Macau and all these ships as well as had. There's a lot of stuff. Okay, so one of the Marillions is out. The other one's going to be, I think, the next turn. Or the turn after, one of those two. So I'm going to sort out this ship next, which this one is essentially a repeat of another design we've already had to do, but because of the way the game works when you take captured enemy vessels, we have to redo her. We have to essentially work with this design again. Oh yeah, there is the American style towers, but no. No, I'm going to give you Fritjof style. Well, it's Admiral Grash Bay style sort of thing, but it's known in our navy for being on the Fritjof, so that's why I'm referring it as Fritjof style. Right, update you. update you. Barbette I like using there. And .4s? Nope, just the 15's dead. Slight bit back then, I guess. Yeah, that worked. This is surprisingly working, despite being so close to that rear quarterdeck. Okay, rear tower-wise, it's this thing that goes with that's the German one, so... So this one's partially like Fritjov, it's partially its own thing with terms of how we've done this rebuild now. Like Fritjov, it is going to get the Gen 2 radar. Coincidence is fine. You know, I just can't deal with that look there, so... You're gonna be like your sister as well, though. You're gonna actually have, only a single rear turret. Both the ships have essentially been rebuilt into budget renowns. Oh god, you're offset. Yeah, you're offset. Who the hell let me put that gun in an offset? Right, there. Secondaries, I always do max HE, even if HE doesn't really do much in dip. So the better oil, the balanced geared turbine stuff, balanced rudder, shaft 5, and the 32 knots. Oh, funnel. Teehee, forgot about that. Yeah, no, you can't fit the Japanese one. No, those are all too big. Too big. Too big. Fits. Fits, but ain't efficient enough. Fits and is efficient enough. Or as like the rebuild ultra funnels. If it ain't broken, don't fix it. Frenchie funnel. There you go. Yeah, this is definitely sort of like Fritjov's sort of its own thing. Again, French funnel is like our other ships, I guess. As in, 8-month rebuild time on this ship. And I think we're going to be fine. Yep. Whichever one of my navy has that design. Right. Oh, while we're here as well, even if it's going to be a slight delay to this thing getting rebuilt, we'll deal with this thing as well. Oh, it's one of those ones I said were decent ships. Decent ships by AI standards, so... How much am I going to have to rebuild on her? No, seriously, how much? Okay, so it's a 32,000 tonner. So it roughly punches into the weight class of my Marillions. I guess if I'm being stuck with these annoying towers, might as well go with the... Nah, go with the German one. With a readjusted placement, and then can I fit a proper forward barbette on here? Only one way to find out. Seriously? Okay, I have identified that is going to be more of a pain for me to refit than I'm willing to take, so... Yeah. You got refit and you're good. You, on the other hand, it's to the scrap heap. Santa something, Santa. Center that one. Yep. Goodbye. And then the Hector class boats. It's also goodbye to you. And then we put you in, which we have the dockyard size to do it. And that is the last of the refits, for now anyway, that we actually have to do. So that's ended a technically 2 and a bit episode saga. The saga that's actually gone over 3 episodes, sorry, but I'm going off by actual length. It's roughly about 2 streams. We're not allying ourselves. I advise him to critique his own navy. And to leave my navy alone. Right, research. 7 months of Mark 420s. We're not going to ever use the 20s, to my knowledge, because I have a dislike of the 20s, but 7 months until they're around, so oh, we're in 1945 now, everyone. Well, at least something accurate is going on for 1945. The Americans are land invading in Germany. We just got the largest, we just got the best now for all small guns, which is good. Oh, America has Romania? Okay. So now they're using that to take Hungary and places like that. You know what? I will ally myself with Germany. I kind of do. I want to go to war with the Americans now, just literally to get revenge on all the times they've screwed me over this campaign. As in this campaign, we've had a majorly annoying habit of being allied to the Americans, then the Americans get into a war, drag us into said war, and then they pull out the war. It's like, I can't do this, I don't want to be a father, pulls out and runs off. And then leaves us to die. We come out on top, I will admit, in most cases, but okay. Interesting indeed. Relationship improvement with the Germans has gone good. Now, America, we hate you. In game. We hate you in game because you kind of led to the many near instances of this campaign ending in horrid ways. I just don't like that we don't get any more new hulls now, as but that's kind of why I hate ending up going into campaigns that last this long, is because yeah, because of the fact that you just run out of hulls to build stuff with. You just run out of designs to make and whatnot, and it gets stale on that side of things. Okay, so we have 4 battle cruisers in. 2 of them are going to take 4 months. That's Triton and Herminia? And then you got this one for 8 months and Enterprise for 8 months. So it's going to be roughly 1946 when those guys are done. So it's going to be roughly 46 when any new ship will be entering the design phase. Which is gonna be fun. Right. But I'm thinking once a couple more of the battle cruisers come out here, that's when I will make what I think is going to be our ultimate big bad. Like, I tried making the ultimate big bad with Courageous, and we couldn't actually fit it with the weight, sadly. So, Courageous isn't the ultimate big bad like we originally planned. Glorious, as much as I love her design and think she's a good ship and all, she's also not the big bad material. She's our current big bad, but we just need like a actual ship to be the most powerful one we ever put into service for good. Don't change anything. Yes, the United States of America. We hate you. We hate you, we hate you, we hate you in this game because you almost killed us on multiple occasions without actually going to war with us. So, we're actually going to go to war with you, and then you could try and actually kill us through actual war. Although, if I am going to go to war with them, I do want to have a few ships parked off the Dardanelles straight away, because my biggest threat I'm seeing right now is the Balkans area. That's like the big, oh, we're gonna get land invaded by them, let's take that area for this side of the world anyway. So how about I preemptively do that? I'm going to send all my ships there to park off the Bosphorus. It's always good to be over-prepared than under-prepared. Okay, 2 months for Triton, 6 months for you, 2 months and 7 months. Okay. Yep, and then one of those 2-month battle cruisers was actually out now. That is all good, actually. I had an interesting comment actually pop up on YouTube for episode 24 of someone saying, if you were in the Navy designing our ships, we wouldn't have the littorals. I probably... Hell, if I were a modern naval designer... I probably would have still have done a ship that's sort of like the littorals in that they're meant for more coastal defense work, but unlike littorals with them being meant for multi-purpose stuff, and I would just do like ones for specific operations, like a more anti-submarine based one, instead of like trying to have multi-strike packages for one. But also, if I remember correctly as well, wasn't there like issues with things like, I'm trying to remember now what issues there were or are with the littoral ships. Because, like, it's a sound idea having, like, ships for more coastal work, so then you can have your main capital ships... Well, no, not capital ships, sorry, like, your mainline frigates, destroyers and stuff actually out doing other things, out at sea and stuff like that. Like, you could have them with the actual fleets instead of having to stay back to defend your own coasts and stuff. But yeah, I think with the littorals, it's a case of the American Navy was being a little too overambitious with them. Sort of like the Zumwalts as well, like, they were being a little too overambitious with the Zumwalts. Although I do like that they're actually taking the Zumwalts in and going to try and, if I remember correctly, the Zumwalts are going to be a testbed for hypersonic missile carrying on ships now. Like, that's if I remember new stuff I read months ago by this point correctly. They're turning the Zumwalts into hypersonic carriers, which might be interesting to see actually. But again, it's stuff outside the realm of my knowledge for like naval knowledge or warfare knowledge in general, because I really don't research anything post 1950 when it comes to naval warfare stuff, because most of it is still covered with classified information. Like, there's still classified things about some of the weaponry systems and stuff like that that makes it hard to get to know all the sort of things. Unless, of course, you have all, like, the security clearances and whatnot, but... But you get my meaning, though, like... As someone who wants to know the history of all this and that, a lot of stuff about it post-1950 is, yeah, still underclassified. Stuff like that. Okay, so now it's time for us to produce our big bad. Now, it's not going to be on this hull, it's going to be on one of the experimental battlecruiser hulls, because... And it's going to be on this one because it's got the best resistance. Now, yes, I do hate the fact I'm stuck with French towers, but I'll deal with it, I guess. Okay, so... So yeah, this is literally our big bad. The ship that is going to make every single one of our ships seem like little toys. Even if all our other ships probably are going to have better secondary gun layouting than this thing is already getting. Yeah. Oh god, that's not... Did 4-inch fit on any of those platforms? Here's my thing, I don't want to remove that X turret placement there, because it's going to be the lightest way to do this. Oh, man, I can't fit a secondary turret there either. Okay. If we're being limited by the number of our secondaries, we're gonna go heavy on the secondaries then. And no, I can't go really that heavy on the secondaries because it ain't fitting. How would the 6-inch fit? No, 6-inch is even worse. Trying to fit than... Oh my god. Right. Yeah, we'll Fritchov it then. We'll Fritchov it. Single guns. Single guns. That'll work. That'll work. Just look at Fritchov. Fritchov's still alive. Did she run single secondary guns? Has run single secondary guns for her entire career here with the Portuguese Navy. So yeah, our big bad, and it's reliant on single mount secondary guns. Good job, me. Good job. 33 knots, which is going to be the speed that these things go, as it's the speed of the faster side of our fleet. Oh god, it's raining out. Why am I saying, oh god, it's raining out there? The rain's probably going to help bring the pollen levels down, which is going to help with hay fever, so... Yay, it's raining out there! Right. There, the anti-torp, the double bottom, the all or nothing, because... Well, actually, this is our big bad. She's supposed to be big and bad, so... And tanky, so let's actually triple bottom her. Increased AP. The big bad super heavies. Cat ballistics as well. So... you're meant for longer range sniping stuff, so stereoscopic. Auto-loading 2. Gen 2 RDF. What's your rate of fire? Rate of fire is about a shell a minute. In theory. In theory. Remember, everything about that is in theory. Six-inch main deck with 2-inch extended, a 4-inch superstructure, a 15-inch conning tower. I'm actually caring about my admirals for once. 6, 4, 2, 3, 2, and 1. There. A 2-2 layout there. And no, I don't mean like 2-2 as in a dress type 2-2. And then a 7-inch belt extended on both extended belts. Okay, so bulkhead protection. Okay, crew quarters. Bulkhead protection, I guess, stays standard. Range goes up a bit. And then... I guess this is our big bad. Watch this thing go up like Condorcet does in Monroe's campaigns. Did in Monroe's campaign, sorry. Righto, righto, righto. We could fit 2. We can't fit 2. Damn you, cruel false hope. Right. I guess 4 months between the sisters ain't bad. I've had worse. So, oh, well, that's, kill. Right. Kingdom of Portugal and Servius. No, Britain! I don't want an alliance with ya! No! America! More words of hatred towards them. Thank you. Alright, 3 more months and then we can get Calypso. Calypso in for construction. In for her construction. Once Calypso's done, I don't know. Okay. And then there's still not enough tonnage though to do 2 of the big bads yet. Oh, come on. Right. Okay. Oh, we're stuck in another loading screen. Great. Well, if it helps, in 24 minutes and 47 seconds, the next game on Epic, next free game on Epic's available. I do want to wonder though, should I maybe get U-boat again at some point and start trying to play U-boat again? Yeah, negative relations with the Americans, good. Negative again, negative again. Okay, so now the Calypso can now go ahead with its construction. And it will represent the first two-ship class that we have built of a capital ship in God knows how long by this point. Right, when was our last actual home-built multi-ship? It was the Death Traps. Oh yeah, of course, the Death Traps. How could I forget the Death Traps? Right, so next up is one of the lighter ship projects, so no more new capital ships, I guess. So no new battleships, no new battle cruisers and stuff. So you got heavy cruiser. Heavy Cruiser 2 is what I built, the last ones I built on, correct? That's what I built the Pedro Alvarez on. Yeah, this is the hull I built Pedro Alvarez on. And so, by light cruiser standards, we should, heavy cruiser standards, sorry, we should be on this hull. Actually, I don't want to build a new heavy cruiser. Let's see for light cruisers. Our light cruisers were stuck with the same hull that we did the last class of them on. Screw it, I might as well just go Destroyer instead. Right, the quote-unquote flotilla leader. The F class is what the name is currently being given to it. Yeah, we're going to run a twin 5-inch 38 layout with then 24-inch oxygens in free placements. If I go with a smaller front tower, could I actually do it in 4 placements? Mostly just because of the way we've actually done it for I want to somewhat continue the way we did the fleet boats torpedo layout, if I can. So like extra centerline torpedo up there, then bring the tower there back, the gun back to there. Yeah. It's 4 centerline torpedoes in quin mounts, sorry. Already set up for oxygen fueled torpedoes. Triple base auto loading. Cat ballistic. Oh, for God's sakes. Now, diesels is a case of makes the ship lighter, so we're going to run diesels on board. 35 knots is about what our speed would be going up to these days, so I'm going to make a massive reduction to beam on this ship. Massive reduction to beam equals massive reduction to cost, so some barbette protection, anti-flood protection, watertight doors, a balanced rudder, electro-hydraulic steering, shaft 5, some extras there, a Quinso 5, a gen, and a sonar. RDF is not going to be equipped because RDF is, in my opinion, not needed on the ship. Some protection around the core vitals of the ship is being added, and get a couple twin 2-inch guns added to the ship as well. Right, standard out those two. I'll actually go balanced gear turbines were cheaper, so I'm going to go balanced gear turbines for the cheaper part. Okay. F-class. The F-boats. Going to be 12 F-boats in... No, 13 of them in batch 1, I guess. I can actually fit 14, can't I? Math, right? Yes. I mathed right. You know what, actually I'm going to end this stream early. I'm honestly getting bored. Sound service going silent.